Take a look at this problem. Our demand function is little p is equal to 10 over square root of x. Now we know we don't want it in that form. So that'd be 10 over x to 1/2. Or if we take that 10 to the x, or the x to 1/2 up on top, then we get 10x to the negative 1/2. Now they tell us that's little p, demand function. C is our cost function, is 0.5x plus 800. And the instructions say to find a price that will maximize the profit. So maximize profit is our goal. Well, let's write down what profit is. Profit is equal to revenue minus cost. And revenue is x times little p minus cost. Little p is our demand function, our price. Well, we got x times little p, which is 10x to the negative 1/2, minus c, and we'll have parentheses because that's changed the sign of everything that follows it, 0.5x plus 800. Now, here we got x to a power times x to a power. This is the first power. So when you got x to a power times x to a power, you add the exponents. 1 plus negative 1/2 gives us 1/2. So this is 10x to the 1/2. Then this minus flips the sign of everything. So that's minus 0.5x minus 800. Now we're ready to find our derivative. So 10 stays out in front. Take your power, put it out in front, lower it by 1. Derivative of negative 0.5x is negative 0.5. Well, 10 times a half is 5. And then 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1/2. Minus 0.5. And I'm going to take that x to negative 1/2 down to the denominator. So we got 5 over x to the 1/2. Minus, and 0.5, put that in a fraction form, that's 5/10 or 1/2. And if you're not very comfortable with that, then you could plug that in your calculator. Do 0.5 math enter. It'll change it to 1/2 for you. Now we want to get a common denominator. So our common denominator would be 2x to 1/2. We just multiply these two together. So we want to rewrite this, each with the same denominator. Now this first fraction, I multiply the bottom part by 2, so multiply the top part by 2. So that gives us 10. Here I multiply the bottom part by x to 1/2, so multiply the top part by x to 1/2. So that gives us 10 minus x to the 1/2 over, let me make that a little bit bigger, over 2x to the 1/2. If I put that back in the radical form, that'll be 10 minus the square root of x over 2 square root of x. Well, that's our derivative. So that's what we'll be plugging into here shortly. Remember, when you have a fraction, you want to set your top part equal to 0 and your bottom part equal to 0. So I'm going to have 10 minus square root of x is equal to 0, and I'll have 2 square root of x is equal to 0. Both of these are radical equations, so I'll follow the same steps. I want to get the radical by itself. So here I'll take negative square root of x to the right side. We got 10 is equal to square root of x. And then we'll raise both sides to a power equal to the index, which is 2. So we'll square both sides. So we've got 10 squared is equal to square root of x squared. 10 squared is 100. When you square the square root, they cancel each other, and you got x equals 100. Now over here, we'll divide both sides by 2. And you get square root of x is equal to 0. Square both sides. And we get x is equal to 0. Well, 0 doesn't really make any sense. That means you haven't done any units, so we'll drop that. And let's take a look at 100. So we got x is equal to 100. clear over here. Remember, it starts at 0. This goes to infinity in theory. Now we want to choose values that work out nice. So I want to choose like x equals 4 or 9 or 25 or something like that. Such that when we put it into the square root of 4 is 2. Over here, then I want to choose something nice again. Let's see. 11 times 11 is 121, so 121 would be good. And we'll plug those in. So we got 10 minus square root of 4 over 2 square root of 4. Square root of 4 is 2, so that's 10 minus 2, that's 8, over square root of 4 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, so that's positive, so that's increasing. 121. I got 10 minus square root of 121 over 2 square root of 121. Well, square root of 121 is 11, so we got 10 minus 11, which is negative 1. Down here, square root of 121 is 11. 11 times 2 is 22, which is negative, so this is decreasing. So this is indeed a max. Now what they're wanting, though, is they're wanting a price. So let's go back to our little p. Little p is 10 divided by the square root of x. So we got 10 over, and then we got square root of 100. Which square root of 100 is 10, and 10 divided by 10 is 1. So our price would be $1. That gives us the maximum profit.